Mr. Southey, Mr. Eicke, before we begin, you will both be aware that this is the last case upon which Lord Toulson will sit as a full-time Justice of the Supreme Court. He will reach the statutory retirement age in September. True to his modest and unassuming nature, he did not want a formal valedictory, but I cannot let the moment pass without paying tribute to the enormous contribution which he has made to the work of this court in the 3 years which he has been with us. Like Lord Collins before him, he is a great advertisement for appointing people who will have a comparatively short time to serve. Unlike those of us who've been around forever, they are really keen to get things done. Lord Toulson can turn his formidable legal mind to anything, but it is surely as a common lawyer that he will best be remembered. To give just 3 examples. In Jogee and Ruddock, together with Lord Hughes, he set the law of secondary participation in crime, sometimes wrongly referred to as joint enterprise, back on the right path from which it had taken a wrong turning some 3 decades ago. In Willers and Gubby, he established that English law does indeed recognise a tort of maliciously prosecuting a civil claim. And perhaps above all, in Mirza and Patel, he has found a principled basis for the application of an illegality defence in claims in contract, tort, and restitution. In all of these, he has shown a learned, deeply thoughtful, and principled approach to discovering the right answer to a difficult and disputed question of law. He's been a strong adherent of the view that if the judges have got the law into a mess, it is for the judges to sort it out if they can. I cannot help thinking that it must have been his 4 years as chairman of the Law Commission from 2002 to 2006, which gave him these skills and persuaded him that sometimes there was law reform which did not have to be left to Parliament. His formidable intellect and capacity for hard work were, of course, apparent to all from a very early age, as he took his O-levels at the age of 13, his A-levels at the age of 15, and went up to Cambridge to read law at the age of 16. It's a great relief to me that, although I am a year older than he is, I went up a year later and thus did not have to compete with him in the Tripos examinations. We first encountered one another as High Court judges in lodgings in Manchester, where Lord Toulson persuaded his clerk, who had been a Queen's bagpiper, to serenade us after dinner. I think the occasion might have been my birthday, and I was much touched, although I have mixed feelings about bagpipe music. We shall all miss him badly, but fortunately he will join the supplementary list and will be coming back to sit with us from time to time, when the demands of his post-retirement practice as an arbitrator and all his other activities permit him. So his talents are not entirely lost to us. We all wish him and his wife Lizzie a long and happy life after the bench.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm seldom speechless. I am on this occasion humbled and speechless. I will try to recover my speech during the course of the morning to make myself difficult as usual.
Can I just add a little? There's little I can add to Lady Hale, but and other than to say, firstly, I'm sure that the bar is going to miss a judge who's made such a substantial contribution to the law. But I wanted to say something sort of on a personal level. I'd just like to express my personal thanks for the considerate and thoughtful manner in which my Lord has always engaged with my arguments in both this court and the Court of Appeal. It's always made it a pleasure to appear before my Lord. Thank you.
If I may, my Lord, my Lady, my Lord, can I also gratefully adopt and endorse what has been said both by my Lady Hale and by my learned friend? And while I understand that your Lordship is being characteristically unassuming about the fact that this is the last hearing before joining the supplementary panel, it would be quite improper for me not also to recognise the occasion and to thank him on behalf of the Bar. I'm sure I speak on behalf of all members of the Bar when I say that we are grateful for your lifelong and continuing work across the whole gamut of the law, which has ranged from the field of commercial law, in which you've practiced at the Bar, to your recent and more notable contributions to the public law and human rights as a judge. Echoing your Ladyship and your Lordship's own judgment in Kennedy against the Information Commissioner, the common law is in no danger of becoming an ossuary, and it is in no small measure thanks to your Lordship's work reflected as recently as last Wednesday in Willis and Joyce number 2, that it remains more vital than ever. The Bar very much looks forward to your continuing contribution to it.
Well, Mr. Icke, you're all very, very kind. I am as appreciative as I am astonished.
Thank you. Thank you both very much indeed.